Good morning. We want to talk to you today about alignment. Many of you have asked, what is alignment exactly, and how may I obtain it so that I can actually get the flow of the universe or what I have already created by the experiences I've had to come into my experience quite easily through the flow of life, through the ease, and not through suffering. Well, we're going to give you one tip today. It's a big one. Let go of judgment. We know that that's easier said than done because certainly there are things in the world that you can look at and think as though they're not good. I could judge that, condemn that, or make someone wrong for what it is that they are experiencing. But we would tell you that in your judgment, in your condemnation of another, you have given up your right, your sovereignty, your ability to create and bring into your experience exactly what it is that you want. Is it worth it? It's not even helpful. It's not even adding something to the divine principle of I create and therefore add my input or my mark or my energetic output to the world. As you look in something at the distaste of it, in judgment or condemning it, it's not really a good feeling, is it? It's not really something that you want others to pick up and attach to the feeling of. When you're in your creative state, when you are in a human experience, you are here to actually add a feeling that is something that someone else might like the feeling of, and therefore exhibit the same type of behavior or way of being that would give them that same good feeling. When you decide to go into judgment and condemnation, you have misconstrued what judgment really is. You are now judging others in their life experience of which you have no understanding of, no wisdom and knowledge of, except for as you run it through your own system and compare it to your own, and then form that conclusion that you are casting out. It's really not accurate. It really doesn't contain all of the information or data that is needed in order to perceive them in a way of truth. You're all emanating from the one thing or one source. And as much as you want to make others bad or wrong or horrific sometimes in what it is that they do physically, that feeling that you hold towards them is an attractive feeling towards you. It's coming to you. And you have now added or expanded the whole in that feeling. If you could get anything today, that you could just give up judgment. Give up the idea that you can somehow, outside of self, decide for someone else that they are bad, they are experiencing wrong, that they are evil. If you could just give that up, the addition that you could be making would be so much more powerful in the direction that you are wanting to see things in the world. That great changes could come. We want you to look at judgment and condemnation of yourself as you judge others in a more forgiving way. Because this is not how you're going to rectify or clear up that pattern or that way of being that you have adopted in your physical form. Mastery is noticing, observing yourself, understanding that even you in your life experience have drawn conclusions and have preferences. And therefore, as you look at others that have different conclusions and different preferences, you move to judgment and condemnation of it. It's okay. Love your human for its perception that it's right and everyone else is wrong. It's okay. Because this is the love of self. This is the understanding of your own experience. And it's the only understanding you need to have. You don't need to understand someone else's experience. You don't need to make them wrong, and you don't need to change them. And you don't even need to change yourself in the conclusions that you're drawing as you view them. You just need to love yourself. You just need to understand that your life experience has caused you to believe and perceive in a certain way, and that as you look at others that are not believing and perceiving the way that you are, you condemn them. You judge them. It's okay. It's not the actual commitment of the judgment and the condemnation. It's the staying in it and the becoming of it that actually causes the problem or the energy to get out of control a little bit. Once you can really understand that you are a creator by the way that you feel, and that even though you would like to use others as a reason for how you feel, and even though it seems very justifiable that you should feel that way in the view of them, just the same, the feeling that you adopt is yours. It does nothing to them in their creative process, and it does everything to you in your creative process. So if you could really just let go and let everybody live sovereignly the way that they were meant to, and you could make this wonderful addition in the way that you feel, in the way that you contribute, you would find that your experience would transform. You would find that many of the things that you were viewing that were distasteful to you will evaporate. And that if you do see something that you're not liking, it'll be like a distant storm that never hits shore, that you see go by, but has no influence or impact on where you live. You can create this wonderful world, this wonderful universe of your own, where you decide how you want to feel in it. And therefore, all those that are drawn to you will be likened to you. It is that easy. You're not going to do it by condemning. You're not going to do it by judging. Mastery doesn't have to say a word. Did you know that? Many people think that they have to teach people something. They have to teach their children something. They have to say something and make them understand their wrongdoing in order for them to do the right thing. But as you are connected to the divine, you're always doing the right thing. You know the right thing. And as you live with someone who is in mastery, their behavior and their way of being is the only teacher that is needed. Their observation of you in your observation of yourself is what mastery is all about. I govern myself. I am the master of myself. I watch myself. I don't condemn myself. I don't judge myself. This is how you rise in consciousness. This is how you connect to the divine part of yourself and get that very natural flow. And that behavior, by the way, that you as a human have struggled so hard to get and have not been able to obtain. It really is that easy. It really is just about loving yourself. It really is. And loving all others in whatever self they are in, whatever experience that they are having, whatever expression that they are expressing. It is their own. When are you going to finally understand that you're not changing it? You're not snuffing it out. You're growing it. You're not snuffing it out. You're growing it. Let them have their experience until they grow it to a degree where they can no longer tolerate living in a negative environment. And then they, like you, decide it's time for transformation. It's time to understand how I create. It's time to draw to myself experiences, circumstances, and people who will help me and guide me through the way that they live, not through what they say, but through what they do. This is mastery. Good day.